When you are lifting weights, you are probably not breathing right, because the vast majority of people do not understand how to correctly breathe when it comes to lifting weights, especially when it comes to lifting heavy weights. I'm telling you, I've heard it. I've been in so many gyms, I've heard it. You breathe it, you take a breath in, and then on the way up, you push out, right? Or when you're going up on the squat out of the hole, you breathe out. That's just wrong. In fact, it's a good way to hurt yourself as well. And maybe you are breathing correctly. So if you are breathing correctly, you've probably heard of the valsalva maneuver, which is basically like if I'm going to go do a squat, I'm going to unrack the bar, take a big breath in, brace my abs, brace everything, in fact. And by brace, I just mean like contract, squeeze. That's what you want to do for the valsalva maneuver, sorry. And brace, contract, go down into the hole, squat back up, and hold your breath. Hold your breath the entire time. It's like if someone's going to come punch you in the gut, are you going to go, now hit? No, you're going to brace for impact, right? And it's the same thing when you're squatting. It's the same thing when you're deadlifting. It's the same thing when you're benching. It's the same thing when you're doing all of these movements. Even when you're curling, I'll hold my breath for a few reps. And there's nothing bad about it. There's nothing wrong about it. It's not unhealthy. In fact, it really makes you feel good. Like there's a lot of breathing exercise out there where you do hold your breath and you contract. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to hurt yourself. I mean, if you're on a bunch of Anadrol, yeah, you might get a bloody nose. You might start bleeding out of your forehead like Larry Wheels or something. But most of us don't have to worry about that problem, We don't have excess amounts of blood pumping through our system, At least, I mean, if you're on gear, you probably do. But like as a natty lifter, you don't really have to worry about that. That's one of the benefits of being a natty lifter is you don't have to worry about carrying around all this extra fucking blood. You're just bursting at the seams with fucking blood. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, when you're lifting, basically you want to breathe in, brace, and do your movement. And when you do that, you're not going to leak any power. You're going to be very solid, and you're going to keep you're going to be tight, You're going to be real tight. So give it a shot. And I mean, when I'm squatting, depending on what kind of set I'm doing, I'll hold my breath for like 3 reps sometimes if I can so help it. And some people might think, and what I'll do is I'll go, this is like my first rep, brace into the hole, back up, suck some more air in, go in, come back up, like something like that. I don't even think about it. It's like second nature to me now just from doing it for so long. But you might think I sound crazy. I'm not. It's the way to do it. You'll be stronger and you'll be safer if you use the valsalva maneuver and you're bracing correctly and you're holding your breath as you should be. One thing I will say, and the safety aspect comes from basically like you're protecting your spine when you do that. Like you're nice and solid. It's hard to explain, but just think of trying to crush like a pressurized can with a bunch of fluid in it. You're trying to crush it, and that pressure holds the can steady. If that pressure's pushing out on the outer walls of the can, it's hard to compress it. But when that can isn't filled with anything, you better believe you can just smash it like that. It's very similar to like your abdomen anyways. That's an analogy, I suppose. But one thing I will say is if you do this and you're fairly new to it, if you get lightheaded and feel like you're going to pass out, just sit down. Because this used to happen to me when I would deadlift all the time. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty awesome feeling. It's pretty spacey. I love it. I used to enjoy it a lot, but it can be dangerous because you've seen videos of people passing out probably after hitting a heavy weight and holding their breath. So something to be aware of, but rest assured, it is like the safest. It's the safest way to perform movements. Disclaimer: I am not a doctor, and this is not advice. But no, really though, I use the valsalva maneuver constantly when I'm lifting weights, and like I said, it becomes second nature after a while once you do it enough. But yeah, by all means, please do not. I even hear personal trainers in the gym saying, "Oh, you should, take a breath and then go down, and then as you're coming up, you go when you breathe out." Yeah, don't do that. That's terrible advice. You're not going to get very strong doing that, and your spine, your whole body, in fact, is not going to be very safe. So yeah, don't do that. So anyways, bracing, breathing, that's kind of what people get wrong. There's a lot of bad information that gets thrown out around there that, I hear people talking at the gym, and it drives me nuts. Bless their souls, bless their hearts, they just, you just don't know. And then once you start doing it the right way, it's like, oh, no shit. Like, this is pretty obvious. So, give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Some people probably will live and die by this one, where they're like, nope, that's not right. That's bad. So, yeah, let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Max from Max Performance. I'll catch you in another video where I'm going to touch some more gym banter that I don't agree with. So, later.